This is Carla J with LTH Sports and Sound Off with Carla J. I'm in Houston, Texas at Ultimate Warriors Gym with marvelous Marquis Taylor. How are you, Marcus?
I'm good.
Well, one of the things that we wanted to do today is, ultimately feature or begin to feature up-and-coming prospects in the sport of boxing. And with LTH Sports opted to feature you first. What are your thoughts about that?
Feel good. I'm ready. I'm just ready to take off. I'm ready to start boxing. I've been training real hard. I'm just trying to get a fight.
Right. Ultimately, what do you hope to accomplish in the sport of boxing? With your amateur record of 140 fights or so, what do you think ultimately your accomplishments will be?
To be a champion at multiple weight classes.
Do you have your eyes set on any other up-and-coming prospects currently?
Like, do I want to fight them? Any
that are up and coming. But because at the end of the day, you're in the position to try and establish a record. Mm-hmm. Anyone else that are up and coming that you have your eyes set on, that you think would create a little bit of a buzz in boxing?
Everybody that's on top of my weight class, that's who I want to fight. I want to fight the people that's already on top, like Matisse, Garcia, Adrian Broner.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So Danny Garcia, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that one first. He just recently had a pretty decent showing against Zab Judah. So you think that Danny Garcia is someone that you would be ready for, or do you think that, okay, let me give it like maybe 5 or 6 tune-up fights before I even opt to explore something like that? What are your thoughts?
I'm ready for Danny Garcia now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Now, Danny Garcia right now. And what about Matisse? I mean, you said that Matisse.
I think Matisse is good too, but I feel like I'm better than all of them. Mm-hmm. So I can beat all of them.
Okay, and you also mentioned Adrian Broner.
Yeah.
Adrian Broner just had a performance against Paulie Malignaggi in Brooklyn. What were your thoughts about his performance against Paulie?
I think he went in there and did enough to win it. He closed it out at the end, so I think he did pretty good.
Okay, and say that was marvelous Marquis Taylor versus Adrian Broner. What do you think the end result would be? And paint a picture of what that performance would look like.
I think it'll be a chess match. Mm-hmm. But I think I would have did way better than Paulie did. I'd have been way smarter.
19 years old,
mm-hmm.
6'1", Houston, Texas native, 140 pounds, ready for Adrian Broner, Matisse, and Danny Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when did your love for boxing start?
When I was about 6, 7 years old, we stayed in a little rough neighborhood where kids, was fighting every day. My brother, he got in a fight, lost the fight. My dad was like, nah, we're going to go to the boxing gym. You're going to learn how to fight. So we went to the boxing gym. I was only 6, 7 years old. He was 10, 11. So he was the one that was supposed to be boxing. But when I got in there, I was like, I want to box too. So the second day I started boxing, fell in love with it, been boxing ever since.
Really? 6, 7 years old. Very good.
6, 7 years old. Been boxing for going on 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Has there ever been a time where you were just, wanted to just throw your hands up and you were done with it, or that passion has always been there?
I can try to do that and then in a week miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try, even when I was young, I miss boxing. I got to go back to boxing. I always played other sports. Like my dad put me in everything to see what I was the best in. It's always been boxing. Like I always been the best in boxing. Mm-hmm. Football was all right. Basketball was okay. But boxing was the sport I stood out in. So.
And what about a social life? 19 years old, you're going to college, a sophomore in college, and then, training 6 days a week. When do you have time for friends or social? Or is that not a
The
part of your-
weekends, when I'm not training, you know, whenever I can, weekends.
Mhm. Very good.
I have a little life outside of boxing.
So you do have a little bit of
Yeah,
a life there?
little bit.
Uh-huh. Talk to me about your training regimen. Let's discuss that a little bit.
Well, I train 6 days a week. Wake up in the morning, go run, do a little workout at the house, go to work. Then from work, come straight to the gym. Then wake up and do it all over again.
Come inside, son. Jab you waiting.
Now, where does, you know, a 19-year-old prospect that is ready for Danny Garcia, where do you work? What do you do during the day?
I work at the bookstore at my college at TSU.
Oh, that's good. College student. And how are you doing so far? Where are you in school right now?
I'm a sophomore at TSU now.
Really? How are your grades?
3.0. It's all right. Yeah, all right.
Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. That's great.
It could be better, but.
All righty. And so how is that going to translate into your boxing, your career in boxing?
I don't know. I'm just using it as a backup, you know. I might not be promised to be the world champion, you know. So I'm just going to school just to make sure, you know, I can make a decent living.
Let's talk a little bit more about your boxing style. You know, it's my understanding that you're an inside-outside type of fighter. You can go right and left. You know, talk to us a little bit more about your style.
Well, my trainer, my pops, he just makes sure that I'm versatile. Like, I can do anything. I'm not one-dimensional. He makes sure that I can go any way, and I'm a very defensive fighter. Most people say boxing is 50% offense, 50% defense. It's like with me, it's like boxing is like 90% defense and 10%. It's not that I don't punch a lot. It's just I'm always thinking about defense while I'm punching, while I'm not punching. So it's really hard to hit me. And yeah, I'm 6'1", but I can fight inside. I can brawl. Like I can go to the body, head, anything. And I'm 6'1". People ask me a lot, how do you do it? How you still go to the body? You so long.
Right.
And the thing is, I haven't always been this height. So
let's talk a little bit about, you know, promotional companies. You know, a lot of the fighters are going and getting a lot of exposure, signing with various promotional companies. What are your thoughts there? Is that something that you're ultimately setting your sights on?
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to get the ball rolling. I'm trying to get out there.
Right.
So I'm not trying to take too long. I'm 3-4 years. I'm trying to be there.
That's all right. Now, I mean, I've heard through the grapevine now that you're tough. And, you know, for someone like Ann Wolfe to say, you know what, people better watch out for this kid. You know, for someone to say that now, do you think that you're going to have any difficulties, you know, getting any type of opponents and things like that for fights?
We having that now. I'm trying to get a fight now. Nobody wants to fight me. We've asked people 3-0, 4-0, 2-0, you know, go ahead, fight me, try. They don't want to risk it.
Really?
They don't want to risk losing. Yeah, we'll take risks.
Right.
If that's what it takes, we'll take risks.
Okay, so you're looking for that one, you know, that one shot, that one fight to show, give you some shine so you can show what you can do in I don't know, public forum, open forum, right? Okay, good. And then, and you know that ultimately, you know, for some things you maybe have to be set up as an opponent. Would you have any issues or any concerns with that, or is that something that you've already conceptualized?
Yeah.
Know that may have to happen.
Yeah. If it have to happen, it have to happen. Most of these guys out here that have promotional deals, I feel that I'm better. So I'll fight them if I have to. They might bring me in as an opponent, but I don't know. Probably ain't such a good idea, but if they looking for an easy fight,
You're not gonna get it. 19 years old, 6'1", Houston, Texas native, 140 pounds. Ready for Adrian Broner, Matisse, and Danny Garcia.